Good morning, everyone. I am Preet Pannu from Abu Dhabi. On behalf of Team Future Shaper, I welcome you all to this session to excel your performance. I would like to start with a few famous words from a poem by Rabindranath Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. This poem was written when we were slaves to a foreign power. We are free from foreign power now, but are we free from mental chains? We should have confidence in whatever we do and hold our heads high. I am sure that we can all relate to this aspect in our own ways. Concerns in the mind get reflected in our personalities. Concerns can be of any nature, ranging from lack of self confidence, lack of focus, anxiety issues, time management problems, emotional issues, and so on. The mind is complex, but it can be trained by practice and guidance. I am glad that you are all here and have taken the first step towards addressing these core issues. Me and my friends Vidhi, Trisha, and Swarali too had these concerns. We were not able to give 100% in spite of all the hard work. From exam anxiety to focus issues to lack of self confidence, we faced many challenges. However, our lives changed when we joined the personality development course by Pratibha ma'am. During the course, we were coached on how to take control of our lives and techniques for performance enhancement. Now, we are much more confident and focused in our lives. It was a game changer for us. There has been so much transformation that we have now decided to share our experience and support others who need help, and to reach out to those who may not be aware that there is such help and support available. With the motto, "Let's give back to society," today we are here to share the knowledge gained from our coach. Before starting the program, we would like to pay respect to our host station, UAE, for giving us a home away from home. UAE means United Arab Emirates, which comprises of 7 emirates, which are Abu Dhabi, the capital, which is famous for crude oil resources and is often referred to as black gold. Then we have Dubai, famous for tourist spots like Burj Khalifa. Other emirates include Sharjah, Al Quwain, Fujairah, Ajman, and Ras Al Khaimah. Now, let us rise for the UAE national anthem. Let us now pay respect to our beloved motherland.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
Now, let us seek the blessings of Almighty for giving us this beautiful day.
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी, विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। पद्मपत्रविशालाक्षी पद्मकेसरवर्णिनी, नित्यं पद्मालयां देवी सा मां पातु सरस्वती। भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
Here is a short introduction of our team who got together with the mission to empower youth. These webinars are part of our journey to achieve our vision and our mission. Now, let's take a look at the agenda for today. The first topic is how to deal with exam phobia, which is going to be presented by Swarali. Next, I will be taking on the topic Improve Focus, followed by Trisha, who will be discussing a few strategies to improve self-confidence. And lastly, Vidhi will present techniques to improve results. After the presentations, Swarali will conduct the Q&A session where you can all ask your questions. Finally, Vidhi will deliver the vote of thanks and we'll wrap up the session. So let's begin with the first topic, and I invite Swarali to present the same.
Exam. The mere thought of this word sends a shiver down the spine. Am I right? Exam fear starts with the announcement of the date and runs till the last day. And who would forget the day after our exams, when we felt like we had wings to fly? What an ecstatic moment, as if there was nothing more to do than completing our exams. What is exam phobia? Good morning. My name is Swarali, and today I'll be telling you what is exam phobia. This is basically the fear of examinations, and it is very common among students of all age groups these days. Some students develop exam phobia and struggle to overcome it, which might push them towards anxiety and even depression in some cases. Examination fear among the students can be a big obstacle for their educational achievements. What do you think causes exam phobia? Fear of scoring poorly, absence of control, letting others down, or having no self confidence or negative talk could be some reasons for exam phobia. Let's have a look at some ways to overcome this phobia. Relax and make a plan. It is important to first calm down and relax your mind by taking deep breaths to release the pressure from your mind. Now, with a clear and stress free mind, note down your plan of action. Having a proper schedule will also allow the students to take breaks in between the studying sessions to avoid stress. Have proper rest and eat well. The next step to overcome exam phobia is to have proper rest and eat well. Particularly during examinations, eating healthy food plays a major role in understanding the student's preparation for the exam. For the human body to work proficiently, it is important to have a balanced diet. Taking rest will help us with getting energized and motivated. The absence of rest will prompt weakness and stress, thus leading to exam phobia. At last, it will destructively impact our planning. To dodge this, guarantee that your body and mind are getting sufficient rest. Do not compare yourself with others. I'm sure that all of us at some point have called up our friends to check on their progress for the presentation or the exam. While this is nothing to worry about, sometimes it could also cause stress, pressure, and nervousness. Take small and regular examination breaks. Consistently reading for long periods of time can make your mind and body stressed and exhausted, which at last puts fear into your mind. Your mind won't have the option to get a grip on any more information, and this will add to your phobia. Along these points, break up your examination timetable to break the pattern and do some mind relaxing and recreational exercises like singing, dancing, viewing your favorite TV program, calling and visiting your friends, having snacks, and so on. Make time for revision. I've seen many of my friends pull all nighters and prepare on the very last day before the exam. Often, students study till the last moment and the last moment of the exam and start getting anxious as a result. It is very important to make time for revision in your timetable to avoid last minute pressure and stress. The next point takes me back to the previous statement about all nighters. Sleep properly. Students should ensure that they sleep properly before their exam. A night of good sleep is essential before an exam because it relaxes your mind and helps you retain all the information in your brain. Improper sleep before exams can create anxiety and stress, which lead to poor academic performances. It is usually advised that students take 7 to 8 hours of sleep before the exam. Last but not the least, stay positive. Meditation is an incredible way to reduce pressure. Doing it daily can do wonders. It will carry calmness and discipline to your mind and body. In case you don't enjoy meditation, you may do different stress releasing exercises. Seeking after your leisure activity is a decent alternative. Commit some time, day by day, towards pressure busting exercises. All through the test planning stage, it is essential to remain positive. Accept that you will do well in a test. Positive considerations are known to keep pessimism and stress under control. Try not to let others demotivate you. All these habits will help in instilling a positive study approach. Let the thought of tests bring in lots of positivity and energy and enthusiasm in you instead of fear, anxiety, and fever. Tips for parents: encouraging your kids. Parents have the ability to address underlying fears that may be present with test taking. At a deep level, even subconsciously, a student may fear failure for a variety of reasons. There could be a fear of not getting into the best school or not meeting a parent's expectations. A great help is for parents to reinforce their unconditional support and encouragement to the child. Parents, let your children know that their grade does not determine their worth. Believe in your child. Recap: relax and make a plan. Have proper rest and eat well. Do not compare yourself with others. Take small and regular breaks. Make time for revision. Sleep properly and stay positive. Conclusion: I would like to conclude by saying it is not that we hate exams, but we are afraid of them, as they decide our next course of action in life, whether in school, college, or an organization. This is one of those dreadful nightmares that stay with us for a long time in our lives, isn't it? This fear could spoil you if you don't keep it under check. Relax! Examinations are just a means to assess your skills, knowledge, and memory power. Don't get disappointed if you didn't do well in an exam. Instead, keep moving ahead and face it with the right spirit. Thank you. Now I would like to pass it over to Preet.
Thank you, Swarali. Good morning. I am Preet Pannu, and moving on to the next topic, I will be talking about how one can improve their focus. So, focus is simply being in touch with reality. A focused person's mind knows where it is, who it is, and why it is there. This means that they are focused on the assignment at hand and they do not let their thoughts to stray. It is important to note that a person's capacity to focus is completely under their control. So this can be developed like any other skill. Now, some of the advantages of being able to focus are controlling your mind so that you filter out any annoying or unwanted thoughts. And doing this will give you inner peace and it also improves meditation. It helps in improving your studying capabilities so that you can be more thorough with your studies in a shorter duration. It also boosts your productivity so that you can finish your assignments faster without getting distracted. But there are many factors that hinder our ability to focus. distractions. Our brains are so wired for distractions that even seeing our smartphone hinders our capacity to focus. We will constantly be checking our phones for new messages, and this keeps us preoccupied, and we are not able to completely focus on the task at hand. Inadequate sleep and eating habits. Sleep deprivation has been linked to slower thinking processes and lower concentration. You will have a harder time focusing since you will be sleepy, and this leads to confusion while you're doing something. The same thing with your eating habits. If you do not eat healthily, then you will feel tired and fatigued the entire day, which affects your focus and concentration. Environment. The environment can influence your focus depending on what you're doing. A loud noise level is an issue, but many people also have trouble concentrating when the environment is too quiet. So, it is important to figure out yourselves what environment is suitable for you to focus better. Now, all these factors affect our focus and they lead to problems like memory loss and difficulty in recalling recent events. If you're not focused, then you will not be able to sit still for long and you will become restless after a while. You will also often misplace things or forget where you kept them. All this negatively impacts our productivity and our quality of work, as we will take more time to finish the same thing, and we might also make careless mistakes if we're not completely focused on what we're doing. But the good thing about this is that we can improve our focus by simply exercising our mind and adjusting our surroundings. The first thing we need to do is to remove all kinds of distractions. Make it a habit to schedule a time to do a particular task and then move to a place where others won't bother you. Being alone while doing something is extremely important as it helps you to focus better and not worry about anything else. Do not multitask. It makes us feel productive, but it is actually doing more harm than good. It impairs our focus and decreases our quality of work because we will not be completely focused on one thing and we might end up making mistakes. The next step is to take a break from time to time. It sounds contradictory, but focusing on anything for a long time can actually end up causing your focus to weaken. So, after every few hours, it is important to take a break of not more than 20 minutes so that your focus does not falter. Training your mind is another way to increase your ability to focus. Brain training games like Sudoku, crosswords, puzzles, and riddles help in improving your focus and your memory. They also develop your problem solving skills and processing abilities. Now, one of the most important steps is to make a daily priority list. Write out what you want to do each day and then commit to completing these tasks. This will help you in focusing on what is important and allows you to focus on the main task first and then the minor details later on. The next method is to use a timer in order to check yourself. It keeps you hyper focused on what you're doing. Set a timer for about 30 to 45 minutes and then take a 5 minutes breather when the timer goes off. Then again, keep repeating the same process until you have finished your first task. Next, shifting your focus is also very important. We may want to focus on a specific task, but our brains become stuck when we focus on something for too long. Even our mind wants something new to focus on. So switch to a different task after a while, or simply just do something that you enjoy. These are a few methods that help in improving focus. If you really want to see results, then it is important that you set your mind to focusing and following these methods. Improving your concentration and focus is not something that you can achieve overnight, but applying these methods is the first step towards improving it. You will be able to do more of what you value and feel better doing it if you improve your focus. It is not just about completing duties, it is also about making time for joy and happiness in order to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. That is all about this topic. Thank you, and I now hand it over to Trisha to continue with the next topic.
Good morning. I am Trisha Thakkar, and today I will be talking about how to improve your self confidence. Before we start talking about how to improve our self confidence, what is self confidence? Self confidence is an attitude about your skills and abilities. It means that you accept and trust yourself and you have a sense of control in your life. You know your strengths and weaknesses well, and you have a positive view on yourself. You set realistic expectations and goals, communicate assertively, and can handle criticism. On the other hand, low self confidence might make you feel full of self doubt, be passive or submissive, or have difficulty trusting others. You may feel inferior, unloved, or be sensitive to criticism. Feeling confident in yourself might depend on the situation. For example, you may feel confident in front of a few people, but not many. You cannot achieve your goals without self confidence. Self confidence makes a person independent, eager, optimistic, loving, and positive by nature. All these characteristics are important to achieve your goals in life. Being self confident doesn't mean you will always succeed in life, but self confident people can always overcome difficult solutions. It is not about the winning, but about learning from your mistakes that matters. Now that we know what self confidence is, how do you improve your self confidence? There are a number of things you can do to improve your self confidence. They are: look at what you've already achieved. It is simple to lose confidence if you think that you haven't accomplished anything. So make a list of all the stuff you've done, even if it's a high grade on a test or you learned something new. Keep this list handy and add to it anytime you do something noteworthy. When you're feeling down, bring out this list and remind yourself of all the awesome stuff you've done. Think of the things you're good at. Everyone has their own sets of skills and abilities. What are some of yours? Recognizing your strengths and attempting to improve on them can help you gain confidence in your own talents. Try doing a SWOT analysis. This can help you figure out your strengths and weaknesses and can help you convert your weaknesses into strengths. This creates a self awareness within yourself, which is very important to be confident. Set realistic goals. Make a list of all your aims and goals and the measures you will need to take to reach them. They don't have to be big aims. They might be as simple as cleaning your room or organizing a night out with your friends. Just set little goals that you can cross off a list, and this will help you gain confidence in your ability to get stuff done. But also, make sure that your list is not too high or too low and your goals are achievable. Be kind to yourself. Self compassion involves treating yourself with kindness when you make a mistake, fail, or experience a setback. It allows you to become more emotionally flexible and helps you navigate challenging emotions and enhance your connection to yourself. There are special studies that connect self compassion with self confidence. So, the next time you're in a challenging situation, remind yourself that being imperfect or falling short does not define your worth. Talk yourself up. You will never feel confident if you're constantly hearing negative voices in your head telling you that you're no good. Consider your self talk and how it might be affecting your self confidence. Negative self talk can limit your talents and undermine your confidence by convincing your subconsciousness that you can't handle or shouldn't even try something new. Optimistic self talk, on the other hand, can aid in development of self compassion, overcome self doubt, and take on new challenges. So find a way to turn all your negative self thoughts into more positive self thoughts. Next, stop comparing yourself to others. Researchers have noted that when people compare themselves to others, they experience envy. The more envy they had, the worse they felt about themselves. How do you build confidence when you know that you're drawing comparisons? First of all, remind yourself that doing so is not helpful. Everyone is running their own race, and life is not a competition. If you're feeling envious of someone else's life, it is helpful to remind yourself of your own strengths and weaknesses. This can help us focus on our life and not others' lives. Surround yourself with positive people. Take a moment and think about how your friends make you feel. Do they lift you up or do they bring you down? Are they constantly judging you or are they accepting you for who you are? The people you spend time with can influence your thoughts and attitudes about more than you realize. So pay attention to how others make you feel. Surround yourself with people who love you and want the best for you. Seek out others who are positive and can help build your confidence. Shake off all your self doubt. When we doubt our abilities, we feel inferior, unworthy, or unprepared. This can make us avoid people and situations that we might actually grow and learn from. And finally, dare to be the real you. Let others see you for who you are, your mistakes, your insecurities, and all. These are easier to move past when we don't feel like we have to hide them. Embrace all your quirks instead of trying to be someone else or acting in a way that is not true to you. It takes courage and confidence to be real. But the more real we are, the more self confident we will become. These were some of the most important points for building your self confidence. Remember, self confidence cannot be built or boosted in a single day. It takes time. So keep working on your self confidence and achieve your goals slowly and steadily. Thank you. Now I hand over the mic to Trisha.
Thank you, Trisha. I'll now share my screen. A very good morning to everyone. I'm super excited to speak to you about how to improve exam results. As we all know, exam season is scary and intimidating. As a student myself, I know how daunting it can be. The revision, the pressure, and the worst part, the results. We know how easy it is to panic before your exams, meaning that sometimes your performance may not reflect all of those hours that you have spent studying. So, to help you, I have put together a few tips to help you perform to the best of your ability and achieve the grades that you deserve. The first tip: know the test format. Ask your teachers for the layout of the exam so you have a clear idea of what the paper will be like. If the exam involves multiple choice and fill in the blanks, then you should practice flashcards, facts, vocabulary, etc. If there are more question answers or essays on the exam, practice writing fast and practice the answers. Time management. Implement a study schedule suitable for you and follow it religiously. This will help you organize revisions and breaks, and you won't end up wasting any time. Practice past papers. One of the simplest strategies is to practice previous year papers. Attempting past papers is similar to taking an exam. You will know how many questions to attempt and the time limit to take them. Also, you might just find a pattern in the previous exams which could help you predict what paper you will be getting. This is because many times questions are reused or rephrased by examiners. Sleep schedule. If you will be taking a morning exam, start sleeping earlier, at least 1 week before the exam, so that your body will have time to adjust. It is a good idea to get 8 hours of sleep each night. Getting enough sleep is vital if you want to improve your memory and mental focus. Analyze your weak areas. Let me tell you a quick story. I remember a few years ago, I had gotten an incredibly bad grade on my overall report card in school. I was incredibly disappointed at myself. But that is when I realized, after analyzing my grades, I was able to see that I had lost most of my marks in only one subject, maths. But this helped me as I was able to focus on my weaker areas. Just like me, you might be strong in some academic areas and weak in the others. These very areas could be pulling your grades down. If you give more of time and attention to these areas, your exam grades will automatically improve. And I can say that this tip has been tried, tested, and approved. Last minute studying. 10 minutes before an exam, you either know the required information or you don't. If you frantically review facts and equations during this time, you'll become more stressed and anxious, which will obviously negatively affect your performance. Instead, make use of the time before the start of the exam to relax. Visualize yourself answering the questions correctly and imagine yourself in a state of peace and confidence. Manage your time. Prepare how long you will spend on each question. Spend more time on questions that you think are worth more points and you think are important. Do not overthink the easy questions. This will eat up time. Wearing a watch will help with this. Answer the questions you know. Getting the questions that you know the answer to done first will give you confidence and momentum to push through the rest of the exam. It will also give you more time to work on the difficult questions. These are some ways in which you can improve your results for your exams. Simple strategies, day-to-day adjustments, regular revision, positivity, note-taking, support, and paying adequate attention are simple and popular ways. But let me remind you, exams are here to test us from time to time, and not to provide us some fancy or deluded notion of our capabilities. Your marks are not everything because grades are not a reflection of your intelligence or your ability, but they are a reflection of your hard work. Even if you score lower marks, do not be discouraged and work harder in your next exam. The first step on the road to improving your grades is to turn this negativity on its head. Start by mentally taking control of the situation. Instead of thinking, I am a failure, think, I can and will do better than this. Do not give up. Prioritizing learning over grades is the key to success. Thank you. With this, we have come to the end of our presentations. And now we move forward to the Q&A session. I invite Swarali, who will be conducting the session.
Wasn't this a wonderful webinar? I'm sure all of you must have learned something new today, because I did too. We're now going to discuss a few received questions from the audience. The first question is by Simarjit Singh. Why am I not able to focus while preparing for certain subjects like mathematics? I call upon Preet to answer this question for us.
Thank you, Simarjit, for that question. So basically, our mind adapts to the type of material that we usually read. If we read more of light and entertaining material, then focusing on dry and rigorous subjects can be difficult. This is quite normal. The best way to practice mathematics is to take a pen and start solving as many problems as you can. Another method is to alternate between subjects rather than focusing on just one subject for a few days. Like I mentioned, shifting your focus is very important as our minds become stuck when we focus on something for a long time. Another important thing to do is to keep the most productive time of your day for such dry and rigorous subjects. This productive time will be different from person to person, so you should try to find your productive time and try to touch upon such subjects on a daily basis. Try some of these techniques, and I hope that it will work for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Preet. Moving on to another question. Deepthi Pannu asks, why is it so important to have self-confidence in our life? I would like to request Trisha to answer this question for us.
Thank you so much for the question. Self-confidence is very important in our lives. When we are confident, we're more likely to move forward with people and opportunities and not back away from them. And if things don't work out at first, confidence helps us try again. Like I've said before, we need confidence to achieve all our goals. Being confident not only helps you in your life, but it also gives other people a good impression about you. It's the opposite when your confidence is low. If your confidence is low, you may not try new stuff that could actually make your life better or help you improve your life. So we should always be self-confident. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha. Let's have a look at two more questions. Sarang Apte asked, how will making a timetable or schedule help? Vidhi, can you help us with this?
Yes, thank you so much for the question. Let me start by saying that I used to have a completely messy day before. I used to randomly take up tasks, and that would result in a completely disorganized day. Because of this, I didn't have enough time to complete all of my tasks, and I would lag behind. But after making a timetable, my day became more organized and I was able to complete all of my tasks on time. It was a perfect and easy to implement solution. A well-constructed timetable will establish a natural rhythm and a routine, and this will prevent your waste of time and energy. The timetable can sort your tasks or your activities according to the difficulty level or the importance level. A good timetable will also help in implementing the habits of orderliness and punctuality. This will lead to a better focus as you are concentrating on one task without worrying about the others. Like Preet mentioned in her presentation, that doing all of your tasks at one time and multitasking is not helpful. So, this will lead to a better concentration skill. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidhi. The next question is by Gauri Person. How can we control thoughts of different matters while we study? Preet, can you answer this one for us?
Thank you for that question. That is indeed a very interesting question. I am sure that we can all relate to it. And yes, thoughts do distract us. While studying, you might have encountered lots of thoughts about the past, about the future, and about anything that just comes to disturb you and waste your time, and all this stresses you out. The solution to this is simply practice. Try changing the environment, which can help in such cases. The key to the key to this is finding your environment. Another important thing to do is that when these thoughts come, just pay attention to the words on the book instead of the thoughts and don't react to any of them. If you follow this as a daily habit and not just while studying, the disturbing thoughts will automatically stop annoying you. Following these methods, I am sure that it will help you overcome this focus issue.
Thank you, Preet. Thank you, Preet. We will take one more question by Sushma Thapa. Why I find certain subjects like math really boring? I would like to ask Trisha to answer this question.
Okay, so one of the reasons math is boring is because it doesn't involve any form of creativity or artistic expressions in it. At most, some teachers might get a little creative and tell you a story or a word problem to make it more fun. But otherwise, math is just numbers.
Thank you, Trisha. We'll have a look at one last question. Ashalata Shetty, how to improve your memory power? Vidhi, will you answer this for us?
Yes, thank you so much. Now, this is something that all of us struggle with because a lot of the times, whether it be question answers or even like speeches like this, we struggle with remembering or trying to link all of these points together. But some really simple ways that you can incorporate in your daily routine will be getting organized. Like I mentioned earlier, making a timetable will help you with this. As you will have all of your activities structured, it won't be difficult to remember all of them. A simple but an interesting way is eating a healthy diet. All of the minerals, vitamins from your food will medically and scientifically improve your mental focus. Even sleeping well will refresh your brain and give you a fresh start, which will also help you in improving. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidhi. And once again, thank you, Trisha and Preet and Vidhi for giving us answers to some of the audience questions. Now, I would like to ask Vidhi to take over from here.
Thank you so much, Swarali. I would also like to inform everybody about the handouts provided by us. They will contain all the main points and information included in our presentation today. To receive them, please email Vidyadan or TFS. We had such a fun time researching and presenting these topics. We got to learn something new every step of the way. The topics we covered today were exam phobia, improving focus, handling challenges and failures, self-confidence, and improving our results. And we really hope that you have learned something new and useful from our session. We are very, very grateful for Pradeepa ma'am, Torito, and Vidya Dan's guidance every step of the way. Because of their encouraging words and constant support, we have been able to conduct a successful seminar. Thank you to our parents who helped us carry out the whole seminar. Without their help, we would have been completely lost. And lastly, a big thank you to you all, our patient audience who have been so enthusiastic and supportive. Thank you for making time to sit through this presentation. It was lively, engaging, educative, and fulfilling because of your presence only. We are grateful to you from the bottom of our hearts. And finally, let's wrap up today's session with this inspiring quote. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Thank you so much and have a great day. This is TFS signing off.